welcome to today's video. I'm a little, not nervous, I just didn't think I would ever make a story time video. This actually is something that happened probably close to 3 years ago. I don't have many stories to tell because my life isn't really that crazy, but this is the story of how a very large homeless man was hiding in a closet at my work, and I did not know this. I was alone walking past that closet, and there was a what is described as 6'5", huge beard, homeless man. Well, we think he's homeless. I don't really know why he'd be hanging out in there for days if he had somewhere to stay. Okay, I'm gonna try to get all my thoughts together so that I'm not rambling and forgetting things and then going back, but just so you kind of know the situation of my work, I worked at an athletic club in Colorado where I lived for my whole life up until a few months ago. And I initially started working there as a swim instructor / lifeguard. So that's what I got hired as, a swim teacher and a lifeguard. So I did that for the summer, and then I guess I was a good worker because she put me in charge of the swim program, and then after that she asked, would you like to work the front desk of the athletic club? Because it wasn't just a pool, it was a whole gym full of, we did like massages. Upstairs there was like a bar. It actually got closed down because their liquor license was removed. Anyway, and many weight rooms, a huge gym, outside tennis courts, indoor tennis courts. So it was a pretty big place. So the front desk, you think it would be an easy job, and sometimes it was, but it could be very stressful. You actually had quite a lot of duties to do. So answering the phone, doing laundry, like people come in and take pool towels or sweat towels, so laundry really built up, going to fix the hot tub because it was always broken, going to check pool chemicals, going downstairs, which is where the laundry room was, helping people with things, making sure water jugs were full, doing stuff in the cash register, and selling things. People would come in, you'd give tours, etc. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of the times I was sitting at the desk and greeting people and saying goodbye to people as they came and left the gym, but a lot of the times you are actually going and doing things, so you leave the desk unattended. So we're assuming that that's what happened when this homeless man, I'm just gonna call him homeless man. We're assuming he's homeless because of, we'll talk about that later. When the homeless man came in, he either probably waited and looked. Actually, I think they saw that on the video footage, which we'll talk about later. I think he waited until the front desk person at the time, which wasn't me, left, and then he came in and went to his closet. So I guess I'm not going to get into that part, but I worked nights a lot of times, so kind of creepy, but I usually worked from about 5 or 6 until 10:30, and that's when the club closed, at 10:30 p.m. So normally I'd leave around 10:45 if everything went smoothly and the members of the club actually left on time, which oftentimes they did not, and then I had to do all my finishing closing stuff, lock everything. So I did that, and I was running my shift. Everything was normal. Just doing my normal thing, going downstairs for laundry. And let me talk a little bit about how the front area is laid out. So you come into some automatic sliding doors, and right when you walk in, there's the front desk. So there's a desk and there's a little entranceway where only the workers go in. And if you go a little bit forward, there is a door which is unlocked, kind of creepy, but there's a stairway and it leads downstairs into this really kind of creepy, dark basement type thing, and that is where we have the washer and dryer, and it's really kind of creepy down there. There's like, I don't know what it's called, like all the water equipment and like machines and random old stuff that they're storing down there. So it's already kind of creepy. I'm already a little afraid to go down there, but after this, I was so scared. Anyway, across from the front desk, so that was if you kept going straight, across from the front desk is my boss's office, and she only stays until about 6 or 7 p.m. and then obviously she has a family, so she goes home to them because she's been there most of the day. And then if you go in to her office, there's like a little hallway that you can get through another door or her office door. And there's a break room, which no one ever took breaks in there. It was really old and kind of gross. And there was a copy machine in there, which we did use. So that was in there, like a crusty old kitchen and a copy machine. So that's why we'd go in there. And then there is this closet, a pretty big closet. It's more like a room, but that's where random old stuff is stored. And there actually is ID cards, like membership ID cards. If you sell a membership, you assign a little, like if you go to a gym, you know, you have your little card that you scan when you come in, and then your name pops up on the screen and it shows, oh yes, you're a member. Those are where those are stored. So if really creepy, and I don't like thinking about it, if I had sold a membership, I would have to go in there if we were out of other barcodes up front, which we oftentimes were, and I would have to grab a new sheet of barcodes that you just punch out and then assign to someone. There's also a few other things in there that I might have need to grab, and literally sometimes I would just go in there if I was bored and just look around at all the random stuff, which thank goodness I did not do this day. Anyway, so there's a closet, and then back there's a couple more offices that actually weren't used. So basically, if you're in the gym area or at the front desk, you can't see in any of these rooms. Like, you can go in the door and then you're kind of closed off, which is extra creepy because there's a homeless guy hiding in the closet and I am there alone at night. And oh my gosh. Ooh, that bird was pretty. Okay. So now you kind of know that I'm not always at the desk and I'm off doing other things. So what happens sometimes when you work at a club is you have to make sure everyone's out of the club when it's closing. You say, okay, we're closed, I need you to leave, finish up what you're doing and head out. When you first start working there, it's not uncommon, and I actually only did it once, but it's not uncommon for you to accidentally lock a member in the gym when you're leaving, because there's a lot of places, and even though you check and you yell in the men's bathroom before you go, like, we're closed, sometimes like you just don't notice them because it's a really big place and they honestly could have been outside, whatnot. So that happened to me in the beginning, and my boss gets kind of mad and is like, you need to make sure everyone's out. But luckily, before about 30 minutes of closing time, the cleaning crew comes. That's what we called them. It was like a family, usually just a husband and wife, sometimes the kids came, and they cleaned up the whole gym so that it would be nice for the next day. Which is good, because if you forgot someone in the gym, the cleaning crew could let them out and they weren't trapped in there all night and didn't have to call the police to let them out. So that's happened before. So one day my boss talks to me because I worked the following day also, and she's like, just so you know, the cleaning crew had to let someone out, like you accidentally locked someone in, you need to be more careful. And I was positive that I had checked everywhere that day. And I worked front desk for 4 years. At this time, I had worked there for a couple of years. And I had gotten so good at not locking anyone in. Like I said, I only did it once. And so I told her, no, I am positive that I checked and checked and there was no one in here. And then what she had told me I don't remember the exact details, but the cleaning crew had told her something like he had a bike and he had to get his bike out. So we were just super confused about the situation. I told her, I really don't think that I locked anyone in here. I checked and checked. I don't know where they were. So we decided to review the camera footage, which the camera footage shows like the front doors and the front desk. So luckily I hadn't been on my phone all shift or anything like that. I was actually doing my job, which I always did. But we were watching, and you could see me walking around on the footage all day long. So we watched my shift, and on the footage at like 11:30 or midnight, which the club has been closed for a good hour and a half, we see this giant guy with so much facial hair, like I said, like 6'5", so big, and it's really scary looking, honestly, with a bike trying to open the front doors. But when I leave, I lock the front doors just so no one can come in when the cleaning crew is there, and then when they leave, they have a key and they unlock it and then lock it again. So obviously he cannot open the doors to get out. He's really trying to pry open the doors, and they're locked. You only can open them with a key. So he has to ask someone to let him out. So he talks to the cleaning crew. Obviously the cleaning crew just think, oh, the front desk worker, me, accidentally locked him in, and they let him out. So to them it's not a big deal, even though it's really late, and they let boss, I'm gonna bleep out her name. They let my boss know that someone needed to be let out so that I could get reprimanded, but it was not my fault. So we watch the footage and we rewind, because we're like, when did this guy even come in? Why is he leaving with a bike at midnight? We rewind, we don't see him come in. So we literally have to watch, I can't remember if it's the previous day or 2 days earlier, and we see him come in, we see him check to make sure no one's at the front desk, he rolls his bike in, and he goes back to the closet where gym customers cannot go. He rolls his bike back there, and then we can't see him anymore. But we know, because all the other ones are completely open, that he went into the closed closet and closed the door, put his bike back there, and there's literally a homeless man sleeping. Who knows? There was a sink. He probably waited until nighttime or something like that to go into the crusty old break room to get some water, or maybe he had some in his backpack or something. But that is so scary to me. I can't even explain to you, watching that footage and knowing that I'm walking by there, because I have to go in my boss's office at night to put some things away and close her door, and just knowing that I walked past that closet so many times at night by myself when the cleaning crew wasn't there. There was maybe a couple of people probably in the pool, and there is a 6'5", hairy, scary, huge guy, homeless man, just in there. Like, I don't know what would have happened had I opened up that door. Like, would he have confront me and try to attack me? Or, because obviously he's not supposed to be there, and he knows that I'm gonna call the police. Like, what would he have done if it was just me and him? It was so freaky, and after that I was actually very traumatized and very scared for pretty much the whole rest of the time I worked there. Going downstairs into that creepy room, which if I go and fix the pool, someone can easily sneak downstairs. I would be checking the corners, literally running down there to switch the laundry so quick and then run upstairs. I was so scared. And during the warmer months, it would get so hot down there that we would open up the door And that was a different stairway that led outside, so people could easily sneak in through that stairwell, and there were so many little crevices and places to hide that after that experience had happened, I was so scared that someone would be hiding down there. I was so scared to go in that closet. I actually had some people come and close the gym with me for a while because I was actually very scared, just knowing that, like, I almost felt violated. Like, I was walking, doing my job, and there was a scary person hiding in there. I'm sure, I can't remember if this was during winter or not, or summer, I don't remember, but either they were trying to just find like a warm place to sleep, or maybe even like a cool place to sleep, like a safe place, so that they weren't sleeping on the streets. But that is so, I was very scared. So I was traumatized after that, and my boss didn't really care. She was like, oh wow, that is really creepy. And she didn't really care, which my mom and like boyfriend were very kind of upset at that. I think later on she gave me a like bedazzled pepper spray to bring with me, but yeah, nothing happened from it. It's not like we could identify him or anything. I just wish she had shown a little bit more, I don't know, empathy towards me. Like, I'm sorry I accused you of locking someone in here. That is very scary that a huge homeless guy was with you when you were by yourself. And also, when you clock out and leave, it's nighttime. It's not the nicest neighborhood. It's not the worst, but it's really not the nicest of neighborhoods, and you just have to go out into the dark parking lot by yourself to go into your car. And sometimes when you arrive there, there's not very many open spots, so you're parked in the way back at the parking lot. And walking out there, I was also scared after this. It's already creepy. Anyway, as weird as it sounds, I hope you enjoyed this story of how a homeless man was hiding in the closet at my work for days. And I didn't know. No one knew. Okay, I don't think I'll do very many story time videos in the future because my life actually isn't very interesting, and this was kind of just a random thing that happened to me. But please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I am a licensed teacher. I am going to start my journey to teach in Arizona, and I love fashion. And we'll see what kind of lifestyle videos I post. Planning on doing like outfits of the week, or talking about my student teaching experience, practicum experience, maybe college experience. A lot of fashion videos. I have gotten some new things recently. But anyway, please subscribe. Please like this video, even though I do not like what this video is about because it is very creepy. I'm like wringing my fingers thinking about this. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good